All right, I have a new story here for you. On this page here, these are some of the difficult words that are in there, and they're phonetic words. One is sort, cheeks, afraid, job, tease, haul. Moving over to the right, it's food, tiny, family, pudding, tickle, giggle, ugly, bottom left, harder, maybe, moment, without. To the right, bottom right, enjoy, belonged, tonight, together, party. Your directions are to read this passage first to yourself, and then I will go back and reread it so you can pause it on each page and read it. Here's the next page. So pause it again and read it. Sorry about the poor quality, but here's the last page. There's some questions, I believe. Okay, I'm going to go back and reread it to you. All right, Molly and Bleep, part 5. This is part 5 of this mini stories. Molly, Mrs. Anderson, and 4 workers from the junkyard put the cars back together. By dinner time, there were 2 red cars inside the junkyard, but those 2 cars were not the same as the other cars that drove up to the junkyard. There was no longer a van and a little sport car. There were 2 things that were part van and part sport car. One of them looked like a van in front and a sport car in back. The other looked like a sport car in front and a van in back. That one had 2 seats and Molly's folding chair in it. Mrs. Anderson looked at the cars and started to cry again. I did the best I could. Those are 2 ugly cars. That's the speech bubbles at the top. Molly said, well, I did the best I could, but all the parts were red, so I didn't always know which part belonged to which car. The workers were laughing pretty hard. One of them said, those are 2 ugly cars. Mrs. Anderson cried. Yes, very ugly, Molly said. I don't know. I think those cars look sort of pretty. The workers laughed harder than before. Molly told Mrs. Anderson, we'll pick one of these things, and I'll take the other. So Mrs. Anderson drove home in one of the red things. At home, she cried and cried. Molly drove home in the other red thing. Then she looked at it a long time and said to herself, those workers are right. This is ugly. When Molly went inside, Bleep said, Bleep, did you enjoy lunch? Molly said, no, I didn't. For a moment, she thought about taking Bleep back to the junkyard and leaving him in the drop-off zone. But then she said, from now on, you may not talk on the phone. Bleep said, okay, baby. The next day, 3 workers, Molly and Bleep, put the cars back together the right way. The workers were from a car shop. One of them was very good at putting cars together. He told Molly and the others where the parts went. When the job was done, Mrs. Anderson was very happy, and so was Molly. The end. And the speech bubbles? They look great. Okay, baby. Oh, how wonderful. A little passage at the top says, a snail named Gail wanted to swim. She ran and jumped into a stream. Did she swim? No. She just sank to the bottom. She didn't have any arms or legs to swim with, so she had to creep along the bottom of the stream until she could get out of the water. That was no fun. The next day, Gail tried to swim again. She went to another part of the stream and jumped in. Did she swim? No. She sank to the bottom of the stream. Gail just could not swim. On the 3rd day, Gail asked a turtle, could I sit on your back while you go swimming? The turtle said, yes. So Gail got on the turtle's back, and they went swimming. Gail said, I knew I could swim if I just kept trying. So what did Gail want to do? On the first day, what happened when Gail tried to swim? What did she creep along to get out of the water? Did she try to swim the next day? And who helped Gail swim? Your job is to rewrite these and answer them in complete sentences. So cross out the question word and then start your sentence starter. So for the first one, what did Gail want to do? You could say Gail wanted to blank. All right, have a good day. I'll come up with another one.